Hola chicos, ¿qué tal? Aquí presentándoles un episodio más de su podcast Cumbres con Beto Pinto y en esta oportunidad me encuentro con un amigo, un compañero, una persona muy especial que nos visita desde Bélgica. La verdad, hace más de 10 años que lo conozco y empezamos a escalar ahí algunas rutas y poco a poco empezamos ahí a pegarle fuerte y es así que abrimos nuevas rutas, subiendo a cumbres vírgenes y todo lo que se hace dentro del montañismo. Felizmente aquí nos tienen y miren, debajo del majestuoso Yarupajá, la segunda montaña más alta del Perú, una de las montañas que es un desafío, la verdad, para todos los montañistas a nivel mundial. Es así que antes de empezar voy a agradecer a nuestros auspiciadores, como es Áncash, Mountain, ahora Tuku que se está poniendo acá en onda. Y luego de eso, ¿quién más? Presentarles a nuestro amigo Guy Fonck. Please, Guy, introduce yourself.
Welcome, Beto. First of all, thank you. It's really an honor to being invited in this video podcast series. So I'm the first gringo. I'm sorry that it's going to be in English, but I will do my best for maybe another episode to do it in Spanish.
Awesome. Well,
So
Guy, how did you know the Andes? When was your first trip here? Can you share us with us, please?
So my first trip was in 2008. It was a trekking organized by a Belgian company, and it was already for many years a dream of me to explore the Andes because it's also one of the most majestic mountain regions in the world. It's still quite different than what we see in the Alps, and also the being embedded in a complete different cultural setting was what attracted me.
How was that first experience? Did you fall in love with the Andes or?
Well, to be honest, I immediately fell in love. It was the Alpamayo trekking,
Wow.
10 days Alpamayo trekking, first acclimatization, and after the Alpamayo trekking, the intention was to go to climb Pisco. Now, the scenery was well extraordinary, but my first yeah experience from a physical point of view was not that great because I got sick already the first days.
Yeah.
A chest infection like I am now having now. Um, I was also experiencing a bit of shortness of breath. I was much more heavy than I am now, much more musculated. So that was already a lack of experience. I wanted to be strong, but
Yeah.
I was strong con peso, but not for running and trekking.
Okay.
So it was indeed every day a bit of suffering. I think I had almost every day, one or the other day, a headache. And then finally for Nevado Pisco, it all went well, but we had bad weather, and we were with 3 rope teams, and only the first rope team was led by an official mountain guide, and then I was in the second rope team with, I don't think it was even an aspirant guide. And all of a sudden the first team, they were gone in the mist, totally cloudy, and we were left behind and we did not found our way.
Wow.
So it was a disaster, to be honest. This
Not
was
good
my
experience the
no,
first
this was our
visit here.
first experience from a mountain perspective in Peru. But
Yeah.
on the way down, I was already in my mind having gone, okay, this will not be my last experience. I'll be back. Yeah.
You back home, you plan, and you back again.
I
Which
can
mountain you plan later?
Well, with one of the friends of the expedition, we all, because he's living very close to me, we were already starting to brainstorm and thinking of a next trip. And then the year after, we went to Bolivia, also organized a different preparation, and it was already much better from in altitude perspective. Then we climbed Pequeño Alpamayo, Huayna Potosí, and on Illimani we had a snowstorm, so we had to retreat.
Wow.
And then gradually, I started to make more special plans.
More plans coming in head. Which mountain was next?
Well, back in 2008, when we did the Alpamayo trekking, we encountered two boys from, we asked them, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they said, we are going to climb Alpamayo. They were full of, great eyes and really impressed. And we said, where are you from? We are from Belgium. They were our
Oh, really?
fellow countrymen.
Yeah.
And I was, and even in 2009, I was still thinking, would I be able to do that? And I was already focused, okay, now I will train for it in many different aspects and ways. And then I contacted Ted Alexander.
Oh, yeah.
And he was asking some questions and so on. Also, Jen, and they immediately said, okay, if you believe in it, we're going to fix a program. And 2010, I was pretty strong, and all went well. And I think that was still one of the few years where everything went perfect. And that year we climbed Huarapasca, Yanapacha, Alpamayo, and Toclarahu West Face.
West face. Wow.
And
Really
I
big
even
jump.
and I even dropped Kitarahu because we were so fulfilled.
Ted and Jen, they own the Skyline Adventures. Now you know, guys. Well, and then after that big jump, you back home
Yes.
and you continue planning.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
What's next?
And those days I had no relationship, so it was quite easy to plan and to live my own dreams as such. What attracted me in that, I was already planning to do remote regions in Peru. I was kind of also obsessed with, the encyclopedic aspects of the mountaineering history, all the regions where there are snow peaks in Peru. I knew them quite well already because of studying. You also have to remember, in those days there was not that many accessible information neither. We were in the beginning of Google Earth, Google Maps and so on. And my eye fell on the Vilcanota region. But of course, it's a very remote region, and then I started to think, okay, but with who? And I had, not a good idea. Then I started to explore, and again, I came up to you because, you were one of the guides that made many routes in remote areas. And I thought, okay, let's contact Beto Pinto to see how he reacts of this idea. And I guess that has been the start of a very long and good collaboration and friendship, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I remember we were in Vilcanota. We went to Ausangate, Mariposa, then Veronica, and Veronica only remind me how hard was all that terrain. We need to do the rappel inside of the carabasses, come out. Really, really nice memories, but actually was really
Yes, and of
difficult, you know.
Yeah, and also at that time, my technical experience was still not that well as it is now. I was physically strong, but to conquer those mountains, when we came back, I realized, okay, now it's serious. Instead of being an autodidact, I went training differently. So I became part of the Belgian Climbing Federation to follow courses on a steadily, continuous base, and that was really necessary if you want to explore technical mountains in this region.
And after all this trip, again back home, the new plan is Central Range, right? or
Yes,
Cordillera
yes.
Blanca
I
first?
think I had again Cordillera Blanca in my head, but you proposed the Central Range for acclimatization.
Yeah,
At that time, I didn't really knew the region very well, but then you came up with yeah, the Tunshu region. I knew you had already climbed the Virgin Summit,
yeah,
a very spectacular summit. And when I saw these images, I was immediately convinced. And then we climbed the first. We had Tunshu Sur, the first summit ever, from the south face.
yeah.
Yeah, what's
Really nice face. Yeah,
amazing,
beautiful.
beautiful part. When we continued in the Cordillera Blanca, we had a few difficulties with the mountains we have selected. Yeah, because of the climate change, the weather conditions. Still, we did Artesorahu Northeast Ridge, and but when I came back at home, even Arteson is really a classic route. I was kind of euphoric of this new summit, because then you're starting to read articles in the dedicated mountaineering press, and I was kind of euphoric.
Yeah,
That was and it tasted like more.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then again, Central Range, right?
Yeah, in the meantime, so you learn to know me, the Central Range. I've went into the details of this region. I had some very good resources. I think it was Jill Needs, a survey of Andean ascents,
Yeah,
and that combined with uh, yeah, old pictures in the American Alpine Journal, the experience you had from the Mountaineering Guides Association where you went training. But then I came up with something I had seen, which nobody talked about it in those days, and it was the western aspect of Nevado Paca,
yeah,
Pico Americo, and Antachaire. Heavily glaciated range, western faced, beautiful, beautiful. And I was thinking, okay, but I see no registered ascents, and that's when we discussed again. And I still remember that you were also doubting because you didn't seen this side before.
yeah,
So that's why we went there in 2015, but with a lot of things we did not know. For the approaches were still difficult to estimate, and then
yes,
we hit the wall, but we were quite late, and yeah, it was very dry. I remember,
yeah,
very dry.
exactly. Yeah, the first mixed section, right?
Yeah,
Was really dry.
yeah. It was
And mixed terrain, not really
mixed.
comfort for climb, and
It was 90 degrees. There was no way to protect. I think you and but very difficult. So the idea dropped again. Yeah,
the next
2017, back
uh,
to Huaraz and Cordillera Blanca.
Rangrapalca.
Ranrapalca, wow. Yeah, so the Ranrapalca was the result of an idea. First of all, in the Huaraz region, the idea was to go for Nevado Carnicero. Also beautiful face, but when we went there, there were quite a lot of mushrooms and sirac, so plan B was to do Ranrapalca. Apparently conditions were quite good at that moment, but it was still after 8 or 9 days I wasn't really well acclimatized, and we had to retreat halfway up the face.
Yeah, the north face.
The north face. But
Yeah.
2 weeks later we tried again, but the face was completely different.
Completely
And then
rock.
it was it was a mayhem of rockfall, and that was scary how a mountain can change in only 2 weeks. It was
Yeah. But all of this experience is still pushing you to investigate more. And I remember again Central Range. And this time we saw Suricocha 1
Yeah,
and again Antachaire, right?
yeah.
And how did you being feel the climb to Suricocha 1?
Absolutely stunning. The approach, still remember the approach is very scenic. Actually, the approaches are not very difficult. You have steadily altitude gain. Moraines are quite easy, I think. Um, in those days, it was still very glaciated. Um, yeah, I was immediately attracted to the idea of climbing another Virgin summit.
Yeah.
Actually, it all went very well. We climbed very efficiently, and then on the summit, we were confronted with what Central Range is typical for, drastic weather change, and we were in a complete, difficult situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, thundering and lightning because of, you told me, the metals in the,
Yeah.
yeah,
I see.
I think that
And
was,
actually, for recover the rope was really hard. I guess you fall in the Carabas in that trip.
yeah, that was later on, but I think that was one of the most, up to now, scary moments of my Andean history. Yeah, because of the snowstorm, the ropes were already frozen. They were struck. Rappels were completely scary.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to make, anchors.
Anchors, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, luckily we retrieved the rope and then,
We end that, and then comes Antachaire.
Antachai.
But before this, which mountain is your favorite? Where do you have a really good memories? Where do you think did you being enjoyed the climb? In which mountain? Guy?
I think it was, and when I say Cordillera Blanca, I still remember the excellent snow conditions on Alpamayo, maybe a little bit less, and Tokyarahu. Tokyarahu was like styrofoam. No crowds, that was really wow. But in the Central Range, it was for sure also all the mountains there, especially the southwest faces, which has much more, better ice and snow. And then for me, it was for sure Antachai, because I was in the meantime obsessed about this summit. So we went back after Surikocha, after we made the summit, and all went really well.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my feet got frozen.
Frozen,
I
yeah.
think it was lack of blood circulation, too thick
Yeah.
socks. And halfway up the face, and that was my biggest disappointment ever, because it was waiting for us, a new line. And I said, Beto, I'm sorry, but I think I was almost crying, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I realized, okay, because I have to give up this dream of this summit, and this was very difficult. But 2019.
For running to the end, what means for you your route waiting for Axel?
Well, everything. When we went back there, 2019, the people listening or watching, they have to know. In the meantime, my girlfriend was pregnant. So during 2019, I already knew, the conditions are, the weather was quite good in the area, it was good. So I was kind of scared to ask, but it's not very ethic, I know.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, Lisbeth, maybe I will give it a try one more time, and I'll be very, smart.
Yeah.
So we went back and we made it for the third time, together with Malou. We should not forget to mention Malou as well. And it was complete euphoria. I already had something in my mind, because when you have a new route, you have to give it a name. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it are silly names.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, let's let's call it, waiting for Axel for two reasons. My girlfriend was pregnant at that time, so we made the summit, I guess, half May,
Yeah.
and she was awaited for the summer. And I thought, okay, waiting for Axel, our baby, our daughter, and also waiting for Axel, the line itself, because we had to wait so many years to hit this line. So it
Yeah.
has a double meaning. And the plan is, when she gets older, whether be it 16 or 18, or when she is interested, one day to go back, if she doesn't know already, to show her this line, which is hers.
Awesome, Guy. Well, Guy, really nice to hear, to know about you, and we are really happy you are again here. Right now we come to this really nice spot. It's the anniversary of Peru soon, our Peruvian flag. And well, amigos, eso fue la historia de nuestro amigo Guy Fonck, que bueno, un apasionado de todas nuestras cordilleras. Ha estado en la cordillera Blanca, acá en la cordillera Huayhuash, la cordillera Central, allá por la cordillera Vilcanota, Vilcabamba. La verdad, un recorrido impresionante y me da gusto que esto quede pues en la memoria y espero lo disfruten y espero seguir compartiéndoles más episodios de este tu podcast Cumbres con Beto Pinto. Something what you want to say for close?
Yeah, I think what impresses me is we can be very proud of our own climbing routes and talking big stories. But I think there's many people who are forgotten also, and especially in Peru, success is not possible with the aid of arrieros, porters, people trying to help you, because that is something typical for Peru. They are so friendly, and they know they are survivors, I think. Survivors, and they anticipate very well. They are born in the mountains, and you see that immediately how efficiently they work together. That's something which should be pointed out, those people. Yeah.
Thanks so much. ¿Verdad? Bueno, ya escucharon, sin este soporte de nuestros arrieros, porteadores, aspirantes, todo este tipo de ascensiones pues no sería nada, nada satisfactorio, pero sin embargo tenemos ellos y cabe mencionarlos a ellos. Y pronto viene un episodio especial con él. Guy, thanks so much, my friend.
Digo, I would say when we are back in Huaraz,
Hitar Kushon. Chao. Siempre mil colores.